Howdy y'all and good morning. Welcome to another episode of Budget Hunter. It is officially the weekend. Well, my weekend. I work weird schedules. So I am super excited for this week's video, guys, because we are going hunting. We're going to be going out to an outfitter this weekend and we're going to be taking a ram. I don't know what type of ram yet. They have a variety of them, and I'm going to get into some details about the outfitter, but first, we got to go to the gun range. We got to go sight the gun in. So let me go on ahead and get in the car, and I'll talk to y'all a little bit about what the plan is and what we're going to go from there. So, see y'all here in a second. Alrighty, y'all, so we are on the road. Normally, I would drive straight to the range, but in my excitement last night, I accidentally left some of my gear at home, so big mess up on my part, but that's okay. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna relax just for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to the range. So this week's video, I'm once again super excited about, is gonna be a two-part video, and what I mean by that is it's gonna be filmed over 2 days. Normally most of my other videos I filmed all in one day, but this week we're doing a two-parter. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to the range and sighting in my rifle. No, I'm not using my bow. Once again, I don't have enough practice with it. That's why I'm not hunting with a bow. Although, with the type of animal that I'm going after, I probably could get away with using my bow. I don't want to cause any unnecessary harm, and I want to show you guys a good quality video. So I'm not going to take any chances, and we're going to go ahead and use the rifle. But it's been about 10 months since I shot that rifle, so I need some practice. I'm going to go to the range today, make sure that the rifle is properly sighted in. I know currently I have it sighted in for 50 yards, which was pretty good for what I did last time I used it, but this time I'm going to go ahead and make some tweaks and adjustments, and I'm going to sight in for 100 yards. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about sighting in your rifles. I'm no expert when it comes to that stuff. Once again, I'm not an expert. I'm just going to tell you some things that I feel like are tips to new starters, to new people starting off hunting, especially if you're trying to sight in your own stuff, you know, what zeros you should use and, you know, how to get comfortable with it. And then I am going to, later on, I'm going to go over my gear list, because this particular type of hunt is not what most people would think about when I go hunting. So the name for the type of hunting style that I am doing this weekend is called a spot and stock. So in a lot of places, a lot of people, they use blinds, which are boxes to conceal, or a tree stand to conceal, or, you know, a bow blind to conceal yourself. And you're waiting in one location, and you're basically waiting for the animals to come to you, whether that be on a grain field, in a particular passway, you know, if you're up in a tree and you're waiting for the animals to pass underneath you, or here in Texas, we have the ability to use feeders. So a lot of people sit and wait for the animals to come in. With a spot and stock, I go to the animal. I go run around, I hike, I walk, climb over hills, whatever I gotta do to find that animal. I get within a decent shooting range, wait for the animal to turn broadside, and I harvest it. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. Before this year, I had never been on a spot and stock hunt. Like I said, I am going out with the same outfitters that I went out with earlier this year when I first started trying to do this show. Like I said, I'm going to mention the outfitters and what their whole deal is here tomorrow. I'm going to go into more tomorrow. Today, we're just going to focus on sighting in the rifle and my gear list. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and head home, relax for a little bit, and then go to the range. So I will see y'all out at the shooting range. Alrighty, y'all. I am here at the gun range. In case y'all are wondering what a range looks like this. I like this. Those targets all the way down at the very end is 100 yards. A little busy here today, so I'm not going to film while I am at the booth as far as talking. I will film me shooting, and I'll go into some details in between about just some of the tips that I know, and I'll go over my my rifle as well. So this is my rifle. It is a .270 caliber. Brought that with me. I've got what's called a lead sled. It's basically the rifle goes up on here, it rests on here. This is how I can get more accurate shots. And then to take video for you guys, I've got two different types of camera mounts. I've got one that mounts to my binoculars and one that mounts to my rifle. So I'm gonna take a shot first without the rifle one just to see where I'm at. And then I will switch it over to the rifle so you guys can see some video of that. Alright, y'all, we are headed back. Got the rifle sighted in. I want to apologize. I didn't realize it was going to be that busy. I would have loved to have taken the video that I did a little bit differently. So I wanted to talk to y'all while I was doing everything to kind of explain what I was doing and why I was doing it. But wasn't able to do that because it was too busy. I will give y'all just a couple tips, okay? 2 per se. I post the videos on here as well of me shooting. You might be wondering why the video after I shot jumped up. You know, you couldn't see anything afterwards. Well, that's primarily because when I was shooting, I had the camera angled it a different way because that's just the way it had to be in order to be sighted in and like focused on the lens. And so didn't have the same grip, and so it just kind of jumped up. So that's why that wasn't because I was holding the gun not tightly or anything like that. It's because I had to change the way that I was holding the gun in order to film that. I'll probably do the same thing tomorrow. It was still accurate, you know, within an inch or so. So still pretty accurate. Just a different way of shooting. That way you guys get to see the shot. So it took me a while to set up. The products of digiscoping have come so far since I bought that equipment, but I digress. It's the equipment that I've got, so I gotta make do with it. So one of the tips, the first tip that I want to tell you, I heard from another YouTuber, and I would love to find the video because I would love to give him credit for what I'm about to say, but I can't find it. But this is not my information. I'm not going to take credit for this. I watched this gentleman, and he was shooting, and he gave me some of the best piece of advice that I've ever heard when it comes to shooting, and I've used it, and I've had incredibly good results. So, when you shoot a rifle, if you've never shot before, you don't want to just yank on the trigger. You want to slowly squeeze it. Well, I've done that before. I've done that plenty of times, and I still find that my grouping isn't all as perfect as it is now. What changed is that when I watched this gentleman, he said to let the recoil surprise you. Let it give you a little bit of a shock, you know? Let it shock you a little bit. Because if you expect it, you tense up, and you cause your grouping to be off. But if you let the recoil just surprise you, most of the time you hit where you were aiming, because you didn't jerk, and your reticle was going to be where it was when you exactly where you were when you were aiming. Great piece of advice. I have used that, and I have found that my groupings have been so much better. So that's a great piece of advice. I've used that for just about any type of weapon. I mean, I even used it when I was shooting my bow. You know, let the recoil surprise you. You know, let the pressure release or the kickback surprise you, and you usually end up hitting closer to where you were aiming because you didn't jerk. So that is tip number 1. Okay. Tip number 2 is in regards to sighting in your rifle as far as distances? That's a good question to ask. What distance should my rifle be sighted in? Well, that depends on what type of hunting you're doing. Where are you going? Are you going somewhere where it's just a small little field and, your feet are set out 100 yards? Or is it going to be like you're going to be shooting across long distances? You may have to do a spot and stalk like what I'm doing. And, you may need to end up shooting for further. That's going to depend on what you need to sight your rifle in. If I was hunting in, behind my folks' place, I'm not going to sight my rifle in to 100 yards because my feeder's not 100 yards away, it's 50 yards. So I don't need to sight it in for 100 yards, I would need to sight it in for 50. That being said, I'm going hunting out in a place where I know that the animals are going to be a little bit further away. So I sighted my rifle into 100. I would have loved to sight it in further, but you need to sight it in with what you're comfortable with. And that also comes down to your resources available to you. Most people just don't have a range, in their backyard. They don't have room for it. Or if they do, it's not as long as they need it to be. I have had a hard time finding any ranges that go past 100 yards. I would love to find one. I'd love to set one up if I could. But most of the time it's 100 yards. So I have practiced with 100 yards. Now, I've made shots further, but it wasn't as accurate as I would have liked it to be, but I was able to hit. So do what you are comfortable with, You're not going to, if you're brand new to shooting, you're probably not going to do on your first hunt, go shoot at 200 yards. Probably not going to do that. You're going to shoot at maybe 50 to 100 yards if this is your first time. So you don't have to worry about sighting in your rifle any further. So just do what's comfortable for you. Watch videos, do your research. Like I always say, do your research. There are plenty of other tips. Watching Marine snipers talk about what they do, their tips and tricks, it's great. They have a plethora of knowledge when it comes to shooting, and it is great to listen to them. So, anyways, I am on my way back home now. I'm gonna pack up. I'm gonna go through my gear list, everything that I'm bringing, as far as what supplies I'm gonna need. I'll break that all down with you guys once I get to where I'm going. I'm not staying at my house tonight. I am actually going to drive to my parents' lake house, which is out near Lake Buchanan, which just so happens to be an hour away from Mason County, instead of me leaving from my house and driving directly to Mason County, which would be like 2.5, 3 hours. So that way I don't have to wake up as early in the morning, and I can just be comfortable and go. Most of the time with like deer and whatnot, you want to hunt early in the morning or late in the evening. That's when they come in. With rams, they don't really care. That's one of the reasons why I said earlier this morning that if I wanted to, I could take one with the bows, because you can get really, really close to them. They are really, really lazy. I mean, they don't want you to get too close to them. They'll move if you get too close. But you can probably get comfortable with bow range, at least 40, 50 yards. So I didn't have to zero my rifle into 100 yards. I did because I like taking further shots, because it feels better for me. But that's why I'm leaving, I'm going to be going a little bit later in the afternoons, because they're there. They're not going anywhere. I can find them, and it's pretty easy to hunt them. This hunt, guys, is going to be fantastic. Like I said, I really, really love the outfitter that I'm going with. I hunted with them before, and it just had such a spectacular time. So I'm imagining that this time is going to be just good. I am more prepared this time. I know that I need to start filming as soon as I hit the ground, because another great thing about this type of hunt is it's not very long. Last time I went out there, by the time in between me getting out of the truck and hauling the animal back to the truck was like 15 minutes. It was no time at all. And part of that was because the guides were so awesome. They were able to find the animals that I couldn't even see, and they were able to get me on them. But it's just such a quick hunt. You know, you could theoretically do something like this on your weekend. You could drive out there, go take your animal, come home. It's a great hunt, honestly, and for the price range of like $300 per animal, if you're just starting out hunting or you want to experience it for the first time, I highly suggest you do something like this, because you're not going to be dumping a whole bunch of money into supplies because you just don't need them. You're not going to have to dump a whole bunch of money into a lease or corn or anything like that. You just pay $300, you go out, you hunt an animal, and you see if you like it. If you like it, keep doing it. Then you can start investing money into it. So anyways, I'm going home. I will go through a detailed list of my gear, and then we will go on ahead and head out to the lake house, and I will see y'all there. All right, y'all. So we went ahead and we made it to the lake house. You guys, by the way, are going to be seeing a lot of this place. During the off season, when it's no longer hunting season, what I intend on doing is a lot of fishing, and my dad is a fishing guru. He loves to fish, and yeah, that's why he has this lake house up here in Lake Buchanan. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time up here. So you guys are probably going to see me in the kitchen, in the house, just in general. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start cooking myself up a little bit of dinner. I'm not going to film that. It's just burgers, nothing special. And then I will see you all tomorrow morning. So sleep tight. Good morning and howdy. We are on our way to the ranch that we're going to be hunting at today. Woke up a little while ago, took a shower, and got dressed, and had a little bit of bite to eat, and packed up everything that I needed to pack up. So I'm on my way to the ranch. It's going to take about an hour for me to get there. The ranch that we're going to is called the Wildlife Ranch. My buddy Clay, who I went hunting with last year, he's got his own outfitting company there. And they have just an absolute wonderful operation. Normally, I mean, when I start a video off like this, I'm going to be like, oh, well, I don't know how it's going to be. But since I've been with them before, I know exactly how it's going to be. It's an absolute fantastic place to go hunt. I can't say enough good things about them. They were friendly. They were kind. They were helpful. They were quick. They were really, really quick to put me on an animal. And it was just absolutely fantastic. So I'm expecting today to be the exact same experience that I had last time. But I'm still going to go through it with y'all. So I'm going to be going, and one of the cool things about the Wildlife Ranch is once you go out there, it doesn't matter how much you spend, whether you get the cheapest animal they have on the ranch or one of the most expensive, you get to stay in their lodge for free, which is a steal. A lot of places you find, you know, they'll charge you per night that you stay at their place. Sometimes it can be expensive. I saw one that was charging like $400 a night when the animal that I wanted to go after was only $200. I'm like, I don't want to spend double what I'm paying for the animal, you know? I'd rather sleep in my car, which I have no problem doing. The fact that I get to stay in a nice lodge, and it is nice, is absolutely fantastic. It just adds to the value of going out with these guys. So I'm going to show you guys the lodge, and we're going to go hunting today. Not sure what kind of species I'm going to get once again. I guess we'll figure out once we get there. But I'm going to go ahead and start driving. Like I said, it's about an hour to the ranch, so I'm going to see y'all there. Alrighty, awesome, y'all. We are here at the Wildlife Ranch, just waiting for my buddy Clay to come on over here. He said he's about 5-10 minutes out. So let me just show y'all what the building looks like. Pretty easy to get to. It's the GPS is pretty clear, but let me show you just what the building looks like. There we go. Wildlife Ranch. This is their headquarters. Once again, I'm super excited, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting my gear and my bag ready, and we'll be out hunting here pretty soon. All right, so we did a fair bit of hiking. We're in a position now where we big. One thing you guys need to know about hunting here is your guide is going to do the best he can to find a ram within $300, because that's the lowest they go. But sometimes they're not able to find a ram for exactly that much. The nice thing is they'll work with you. So I highly suggest, if y'all do come here, try to find a ram for $300, but bring just a little bit of extra money just in case you see something else you might like. Let me show you kind of what I'm looking at if y'all can see it. Fucking dropping, man. Good shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot, man. You couldn't expect more better. Heck yeah, man. Congratulations. That's a heck of a ram. It's real pretty.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well, let's go. You and me go down there and get the shot, and we'll go talk a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can do pretty much everything you want to film right here.
Yeah.
It's pretty country right here.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of a view of the scenery real quick and
Heck yeah, go ahead.
take the time a little bit.
Yeah, whatever you need to do, man. Heck yeah. Good job, man.
Awesome shot. I put it right behind the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
The last time I clipped its spine, I was like, God, I lost all that backstrap. Not this time.
No, not this time. You got it right there where you want it.
Oh, is Awesome, y'all. We got it done. He's a pretty ram too. We agreed 400. That's what we were able to do. So I'm gonna take a quick breather because it took a little bit to get up here. But we're gonna go down and we're gonna go talk to Clay a little bit, and we're gonna go down and go take a look at what we got. So see y'all here in a bit. Awesome, 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 y'all. We got. So this is an ibex. Didn't know what it was when I shot it, but helpful guides tell you exactly what it is. But it's a pretty little thing. I'm stoked. I'm so stoked, guys. Well, let me all introduce y'all to my guide. Clay, come on over here, man. It's good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man.
So Clay,
Back.
tell me a little bit about. I understand that you have your own outfitter now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I started my own outfitter about January or so, right after you left this last time.
Okay. Well, what's it called?
Rockin' CM Outfitters.
Rockin' CM Outfitters.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have like a website or anything, or?
No website right now. We run off a Facebook page.
Facebook page. Okay.
Facebook page and personal number.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure I add that information at the bottom of the video as well. That way people can reach out to y'all, and I'm gonna add the wildlife ranches as well. But
all right,
guys, this is I'm super stoked. This is gonna be some great meat. This is gonna feed my family for quite a bit of time, and for $400 you really can't beat it. You might be wondering about the size of the horns. Here's the thing, we're budget hunter. Budget means you get what you get. Might not be the biggest ram, but for an opportunity to go hunting for $400 in today's day and age, pretty damn good deal. So I'm happy. You guys will be happy too. Plus, just being out here with these guys and having a grand old time, it is you just can't beat it. And we were finished. I mean, it's been what, 30 minutes since we got out of the truck. So it's a quick hunt and absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to the lodge, go back to the headquarters, and I'm gonna show you all around the lodge and get this guy cleaned up, and we'll be good to go. So see y'all here in a little bit. All right, y'all. So we went ahead and amazing hunt. You know, now's the time that we're gonna go ahead and rate the hunt. So I rate a hunt based off of two criteria. And those one of those two criteria has a two different variations. Was this a trophy hunt or was this a meat hunt? Sometimes with meat hunts you get trophies, but sometimes you just get trophies. In this particular case, this is a trophy hunt with meat. There really isn't a lot of meat on these rams, guys. There's enough, for maybe 2 weeks of food worth of that. That has nothing to do with how healthy the rams are. That's just the type of rams they are. They're just the species, They're just small. So, you're paying mainly for the trophy. I ended up paying a total of $500. I'm $400 for the animal, and then $100 for a tip and for them to clean the animal for me. They do offer cleaning services. Their cleaning services vary, but today for me it was $50. So as far as the hunt goes, it was fantastic. We went out there, we got out there within, 20-30 minutes we were on an animal. So it was absolutely amazing. It was very clear. You very clearly gave me the price for that animal before I took the shot. So there was no obligation for me to shoot an animal and then figure out how much it was going to cost. They told me right off the bat. So A+ on that. As far as the guides go, what can I say about the guides? They're absolutely fantastic. Clay is an amazing guide. He works real hard, and he was able to find those animals faster than I was able to. And he's just happy. He has eyes like a hawk. So absolutely friendly, helpful, knowledgeable. Very comfortable to be around. So absolutely fantastic. So I can't give him any other rating other than an A+. So in total, wildlife ranch in this hunt, these guys are a budget hunter approved outfitter. I forgot my stickers at home. I was gonna give them one of my stickers. I'll show you guys my stickers when I get home. So next time when I come out, I'm gonna go ahead and give them one of my stickers. That way they can they can show the world that they're a budget hunter approved outfitter. But we're gonna go ahead and head on over to the lodge, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, y'all. So we're here at the lodge. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the outside of it first before we go inside. I'm gonna go on ahead and flip this around. So here's what the outside of the lodge looks like. Real pretty house. Got a nice outdoor patio, barbecue pits. Let's go on ahead and take y'all inside now. Show y'all what its inside is. Y'all are gonna flip. It's real cool. All right, y'all. Check how cool this is out. This is the main living space in the lodge. Look at all those cool mounts. Big old TV, plenty of couches to rest at. They even have over here. They got a kitchen where you can do all your cooking and everything. And they got plenty of rooms. So it's awesome. It's just wonderful. Like I said, it's just fantastic. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. But I definitely thank you guys, and I hope I'll see y'all next time on Budget Hunter.